Sellers may be able to move in with friends and family or rent a room at a local motel until they find the rental that they need. Defaulted mortgage payments will damage the seller's credit, so be prepared. Renting is going to prove challenging. Be prepared to help them navigate that story. Honesty is going to be important, but you want to make also absolutely sure that everybody is doing what is necessary to be successful. Step 8, all parties should attend the closing. Buyers officially acquire the property. Agents receive their compensation, whatever they have negotiated. Lenders retain the balance of the proceeds from the sale. Sometimes sellers need to contribute funds to cover the disparity between what was the selling price and the outstanding mortgage. But again, all of that would have been negotiated at that very first meeting on how that's going to happen. Closing marks of the culmination of that short sale process and solidifying the property ownership and compelling financial transactions with the buyers, sellers, and lenders all need to happen. So now that we understand what it is, how it happened, what's the process to get through it, where do you find them? If this is something you're still interested at this point, the rest of this session is for you. How do I find short sales? Investors, please, again, be sensitive when approaching sellers that are in a short sale scenario. Usually these properties are listed for sale and advertised online in the MLS like normal. However, there are going to be those other steps to help find those short sale and investment properties. A few methods that you might be able to use, of course, is networking. The better network you have as an investor, the better you're going to be able to find these things. You can also leverage very heavily a real estate agent's network. They will know more of the heartbeat of that particular area than most. Direct mail campaigns can be used by sending targeted traditional snail mail to property owners whose homes are in pre-foreclosure. Pre-foreclosure is a public-facing list. You can purchase them or you can get them at the county clerk's office for free where these type of properties have been marked to be in this situation. FSBO properties can be found on FSBO websites. Zillow has them. FSBOs themselves market themselves to keep their expenses low and to avoid large real estate commissions. Online listings are there. Again, Zillow, Realtor.com, Craigslist can identify these types of properties for sale too. These sites include FSBOs, distressed properties, pre-foreclosures, and foreclosure homes, meaning that the bank has already taken possession and you will be negotiating strictly with the REO group or with the banker in charge of selling these types of properties. There are probate and estate sales too. Focus on properties that are involved in probate and estate sales where the sellers may be particularly motivated. Families may be interested in selling the property quickly. You can participate in the estate sales and scrutinize public notes and records. This will help you engage with real estate professionals that can also speak to the families and help get a petition together to potentially put together an offer. Bandit signs. Everybody's usually familiar with bandit signs. These are for investors seeking investment properties. It helps you as an investor scout for short sales. Just place the signs in targeted areas where they are allowed. We buy houses. Those kinds of things are very common, and it'll help people find you in a situation to where they may not have facilities to be sitting on the internet and be looking for another opportunity. And then, of course, social media and online marketing. You definitely want to work with someone that understands how to leverage social media and online marketing. Real estate agents are exceptional at this. Display the ads on their platforms like Facebook and in certain groups where real estate websites and that type of advertising are displayed. It'll allow them to get the services available to attract potential sellers. So posting an ad looking for distressed properties or owners with a call to action that includes a viable solution may work out really well for some people in certain areas. How to be successful in a real estate short sale? You can certainly take some steps when you're setting up a short sale property. This will help the home sell quickly and potentially move towards a smooth closing. You can do home staging. You can list as a motivated seller. You can pre-plan strategies. Since timing is going to be crucial for this successful short sale, Having that plan for marketing the property and coordinating a transaction is important. Stay within 10% of market value. While the homeowner needs to extract as much value from the home as possible, it is counterproductive for you to overprice the listing or for you to even list it at its marketable rate. You need to understand that you need to open the aperture that more people are understanding that you're looking to sell the home quickly to help the seller out of their situation. Be prepared, and the banks are understanding too that you're going to have to market the property at a lower price point, so it opens up the visibility to people that are already thinking, maybe I can get a better deal on this one. Non-financial incentives. Sellers will not be able to offer to help with closing costs or repairs because of financial constraints. However, offering a home warranty for the first year might help, and it only costs a few $100s. You might even be able to work with your real estate agent where they have partnerships that can help get involved in this too. And then, of course, the communication plan. Keeping the buyer and the seller both informed must be maintained. It's a minimum requirement for these types of transactions to be successful. You cannot go dark once you have a contract in place. Everyone is busy. You do not want the buyer to lose interest, and you must make sure that the lender has all the information they need and quickly respond to them when they have a question. So a couple of questions have popped up. I want to make sure to address some of these. Who pays real estate commissions in a short sale? The lender actually will typically pay the real estate agent commission for the sales proceeds as a part of the seller's closing costs. Again, a real estate agent's primary function is to procure a buyer for a property. Seller doesn't pay it out of pocket, so it's part of the negotiated deal with the lender. And often it's cheaper to pay a real estate agent that already has a relationship in the community than for them to just list it on an open REO website and be able to get, maximize the sale price. Is a quick sale and a short sale the same thing? No. Good question. A quick sale closes quickly. Short sale involves is selling a property for less than the mortgage balance. Again, so it's going to require lender approval. It will absolutely take longer. However, quick sale can sometimes be a part of the short sale process as long as that first meeting went well and the buyer is offering enough to satisfy the existing mortgage. Again, closer you are to the property's actual value, and making sure that you're paying off all of the debt or as close to the available debt to the bank took the risk. They're wanting to capture as much of that risk back as possible. So keep your numbers so that they make sense. How bad is a short sale for the buyer? Short sale can be good and bad for a buyer. Buyers may secure property at a discounted price, but they're going to face that lengthy, very uncertain process. There's no guarantees of lender approval even. Homes are typically in a condition that need a lot of work and can't get the available funds needed from the seller to get those works completed. So you got to be willing to work with a bank or with a specific type of lender that is familiar with these styles of properties and that have probably worked with you in the past or worked with investors like you in the past so that they know how to set you up for success too, so that you can do what's necessary to get the house either readied or back up to a living status so that you can either move in as your primary residence or put it back on the market when the taxable timeline makes sense. How does the short sale affect their credit? This changes all the time, but I can tell you short sale will typically lower their credit score. It's a lot less damaging than a foreclosure would be. There is no ultimate guide to handling a short sale. Much like several of the niches that are out there with real estate, I need you to understand that you're trying to address a very emotional standing from a homeowner. Homeowner got into a position that they didn't even know they could possibly be in. This has potentially destroyed all of the vision of their American dream. Buyers and sellers need to know when engaging in a nuanced transaction like this is good for all parties or whether it isn't. Everybody has got to work diligently to ensure that all the deadlines are met, all the communication is timely, and there's open an honest conversation between all of the steps, and it is painstaking and time consuming and cumbersome and stressful. Set the sellers up for success by getting as much of this documentation ahead of time to the lender so that the lender can prepare themselves for negotiating buyer's contracts. But ultimately, it is up to the bank to proceed. So set yourself up with a good relationship with the REO representative or the person that's going to be handling the pre-foreclosure or the foreclosure sales. Ask them all the questions that are necessary to make sure, how do I effectively represent the property and take care of your needs as the bank to get this done quickly and efficiently for any prospective buyer that I find. Tough topic today. If the market continues to swing in different directions, short sales and foreclosures shake loose. Because of the higher interest rates that we've been dealing with for several years now, it's going to make it difficult when job changes or when the economic strains start to make a direct impact on the people that bought a home during higher pricing. Be open, be empathetic, and above all, listen. And be honest with what the capabilities are of you being able to help these people.